Okay, there, ladies and gentlemen, unique New York. Zagara was denied a bank loan. I'm just getting ready to kick us off and start the show, but before we go ahead and do that, I've just got to find out where my teams are and get this show on the road. I've also just noticed that I need to update one small bit of text, so just give me a second and then we'll be good to go. Alrighty there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome along. My name is Halloween and you are watching Heroes Lounge. This is, of course, Season 12 here, and it's going to be a best of 3 series that we're going into this evening. We've got Division 4, that's where we're going today. I'm just getting a bit of information about these two teams. It is round 4, so this is the 4th week of Season 12 for both these teams. Getting a look at Division 4 as it stands, I believe... and I'm just going to pull this up to validate my thoughts here. I believe both these teams, certainly 31 APM, they're currently 28th in the league, 28th position in that division, so they definitely are looking for a win tonight. They're hoping to climb with so ever sought after points. They're currently sitting there with a map score of -5. Not ideal. They do have a map win under their belt though, so it's not all losses, so we're looking forward to a positive performance this evening. However, their opponents, Fat Shove, they've got a map score of -4 and have 2 map wins, so they've got four matches that they've played and looking perhaps statistically the superior team, so we'll see how that unravels as we go forth today. So I'm just waiting to get the teams ready. We should be going live in the next couple of minutes, so if you don't go anywhere, we will be right back whilst we get the 2 teams. Don't go anywhere. Okay, welcome back. Yes, it would appear that I've managed to find where we're at. So, let's go have a look at our overview. So once again, it is a best of 3 series that we're going to be bringing you this evening, and of course, what that means is that the coin flip will occur, which has happened, and it looks like Fat Shove, the free agent team that they are, have won the coin flip and therefore will get first pick in our opening match this evening. And they're of course the opponent, which in this case is 31 APM, they will gain the choice of our first battleground. So teams are just preparing themselves at the moment and looking to secure their opening bans. So we'll find out shortly where we won't be going. Where do I think we won't be going? Well, I would imagine, probably, you know, I don't know if Division 4 is any different, but I would imagine that Sky Temple will continue to be banned. What else? Now, this is an interesting point. Tomb of the Spider Queen's been getting banned left, right, and centre, and so obviously so does Alterac. But are we likely to see Tomb of the Spider Queen getting banned today? I don't know, but that's certainly going to be interesting to observe. Other points of consideration, I definitely, I mean, the three safety ones here, if you look at all those battlegrounds that are available, is your Cursed Hollow, Infernal Shrines. That's your two safe bets. The most safe bet is Battlefield of Eternity. So, knowing that both these teams need this win, they both want to win this series for sure to improve their chances of moving up the league, then they're going to want to probably open on Battlefield and get that first win, giving them the advantage to then relax a little as they move into game number 2. So that's perhaps what we're going to see here tonight. We'll find out. We will find out. I don't know. But shortly, as we get into this, I will be starting the contest where the viewers at home, of course, can make their own decision. They can place bets on which way they think it's going to go. And with those bets, you can earn yourself some points. And remember, those points can be traded in for some of our giveaways that we do on this channel. And we also have premium Steam keys that you can redeem on the... Hang on, that light's the wrong way. I always get it the wrong way first try. And we've also got the premium Steam keys that you can redeem as well through the Stream Elements panel below. So always worth checking out what your points value are. Your points value is, and of course you can click follow in the corner and immediately be awarded 10 points. Or subscribe and be awarded, I think, like 500, and or consider a donation and be awarded like 500, or it's like maybe 50 per pound or something like that. I think that's maybe what it is, or 100 per pound. It's the sort of thing I should know before I advertise it on the channel, but nonetheless, that's what's happening here just today. Alright, well, we've got a minute here whilst we wait for these teams to consider their map bans. I'm just going to remind them that we're waiting that now. So whilst we're doing that, let's have a look. Alterac. No, in fact, yeah. Let's try here. Alterac. How's he looking for... oh, I think I've got to click that as well, and then click update. Mayhem. It's going to take a sec to appear. Okay, yes, sorry, I don't have time to pull that because it looks like we have got movement. So, first map that has been banned. Rather surprising, this one. Didn't expect it, but right out the gates, it looks like 31 APM do not want to see Cursed Hollow, which is surprising. As I say, that's very surprising. We're also not seeing Volskaya. Now that I'm not surprised by. We've seen a lot of Division 1 and the new kind of Premiership Division, which is actually Division 3, doing the same as well. One that I would potentially agree with, because it can be very difficult for certain teams to get their strategy implemented, is Dragonshire. That's been banned. And literally, I was just discussing this. I've said, for some reason, Heroes Lounge meta seems to be rolling out that Tomb of the Spider Queen gets banned. So that has been what's happening, for sure. It's been very surprising. Yeah, so... And there we go. We're now seeing... let me just pull it up. We're now seeing, because I've got to make sure I get the right teams all the time, Sky Temple is going to be our first match of today. So that's where we're going to be going. Sky Temple. Alright. So, both teams quite far down in the league, in Division 4. Now this is a division that I'm looking forward to seeing, because on paper, what you tend to see is the higher the competency level goes in Heroes of the Storm, the lower the takedown rate appears to be. and the more tense the game gets, the slower it becomes. And we definitely saw that the other day when we were watching Mald Level Rising against Logia, which was a fantastic series, by the way. You can check out the VOD on this page if you want to see some really high level play. One of the most entertaining Braxis holdout maps I've seen for quite some time. Or the map before it on Cursed Hollow, if you really want to see how Deathwings played at high level play, that is hilarious as well. Definitely worth checking out. So my point was that when you see this high level play, you tend to see a reduced amount of takedowns. Sorry, I've got to remind the teams for the link. There we go. So, yeah, you tend to see that, which is quite exciting. I've got to tell the team the things. I've got to tell them the things and what's going on. Okay, so right, just awaiting the lobby link from the teams, and I've just got to explain this. Okay, so they've got to swap me, and then we'll get this show on the road. Unfortunately, because these players are down at Division 4, I can't and don't hold database statistics about their plays. From like Division 3 onwards, I tend to have some statistics on some of the players that I can pull out. So yeah, that can be interesting. Hang on, they think I'm playing and they need to swap me. There we go. I think I've explained everything to the teams now. Nightmare, if you're just joining us, once again, this is a best of 3, and this is the battleground orientation as it currently stands. We're going to Sky Temple very shortly. We're 7 minutes late for this series, so this is more standard than what we're used to. I was explaining to Tetcher that typically I have more to say and more to do than I have time to get ready for the series. So typically the players are like, come on, whoa, let's go. And they're straight into the draft before I've even announced who I am, where we are, and yeah, so... That was hilarious. They were about to start the game with me in the team. That is hilarious. But thankfully, they recognised their mistake and have adjusted it. That wouldn't have been great. By the way, at some point, remind me get talking about the Method Madness as well, because Tetcher and I have dropped hints about it, and he wasn't able to talk about it, and some other people still aren't able to talk about it. But at least the main announcement has happened, and the high-level players of beyond Division 1 Premiership level are now trying to get together for us to get ready and start scrimming, getting ready, forming teams and entering. So fantastic stuff. Yeah, looks like we're about to go. Here we go. So I will kick off the contest.
You're mine now.
And why, oh why, has my draft screen went all to pot? That's crazy. Let me transition over here. I don't know what's happened there. That's bizarre. That's bizarre. Okay, I'll swap the button later. Anyway, welcome along, ladies and gentlemen. So, if I click this, chink, you will now notice in the chat we have started our contest. This is a best of 3 series, and the boys in blue here on the left hand side, we have free agent team Shove that have come together. I don't know them, you know them, you love them, but they are led by team captain Gary, and if you think they are going to win game number 1 and come out swinging, they won the coin flip, could they win the match? If you think they are going to win game number 1, then you want to type into the Twitch chat exclamation mark bet space A space the amount of points that you would like to bet. However, if you think our challengers 31 APM led by Humph and featuring Justior, who has been a loyal viewer of this channel for I don't know how long, but I've certainly seen him in the last couple of weeks, which has been good. If you think they are going to win against their challengers, and by Joe, do they not need it, then you want to type exclamation mark bet space B space the amount of points that you would like to bet. If you don't know how many points you've got, type exclamation mark points in the chat if you send a message. And remember, these points can be exchanged for premium Steam keys. So worth for sure. You need 10,000 and also if you get 12,000 points, you can redeem them at any point to get me and Tetcher to cast anything that you want. We will do a best of 3 of anything really. We'll run and produce professional commentary for you over Backguard Wrestling. Backgarden Wrestling. Who wouldn't want that? Anyway, so I'm going to place a bet down here without even seeing the draft and put 2,500 points down on 31 APM winning. So if you want to steal those points from me, then you want to type exclamation mark bet space A space the amount of points that you want if you think Fat Shove are going to get it. And let's have a look at the draft. So Johanna, as Tetcher's been saying for the last couple of weeks, is, in his opinion, the best tank in the game at the moment, certainly most meta, so removed. We're seeing Kel'Thuzad being banned. That's almost certainly a target ban, because Kel'Thuzad, even on this map, isn't exactly a well-known force to be reckoned with. So I strongly suspect that what's happened there is that's a hero that perhaps a player on Gary's team use quite a lot, so that's been banned. ETC's getting banned. ETC's very good. We see ETC get banned a lot anyway, so there's no surprise there. Lei Ming getting banned, pops the resets. It's a good mage to get rid of, but this is Division 4, and of course this is really unusual. So Rexar getting picked up. He's going to try and control top lane. I get that. That makes sense, and certainly in some of the biggest, most Premiership Series matches that I've ever casted, I have seen that be the go-to hero of choice, Rexar. So no problem there. However, early pick Brightwing is certainly unusual. Certainly unusual indeed. This is perhaps a strategy that they know, a wombo combo that they're rehearsing, involving the ring, the Emerald Wind. But I know that the caster's curse will come in here, and that what I'm going to see instead is going to be Blink Heal. So I don't know. Riz picking up Gul'dan there. Strong mage, good damage. Suki, keep yourself healed up. You don't need to rely on a healer. Alright, makes sense. Now Rhaegar getting banned, that is the first kind of real strong meta ban coming in there to prevent the Bloodlust, which is just been devastating people in Storm League for the last 3 weeks. Or beyond, it's just been very, very strong recently, Bloodlust, and we've seen a lot of it, so no surprises there, that's fine. Getting a look elsewhere, Diablo. Could it be Lightning Breath? Is it going to be APOC? We'll find out soon enough. Garrosh being banned. Now that has been a lot of tanks getting sucked out of the selection pool here, because we've got no Garrosh, the biggest biceps in the game, being taken away. And we have Johanna getting taken away there. Okay, I love your stream, Heroes Lounge, Fat Shove, and 31. This is definitely a robot, by the way. The guy that's speaking to me in the chat there. If you're not a robot, say anything else in the chat. Say something else that isn't about graphics or overlays or trying to sell them for me. You know, if you're giving me free overlays and stuff and logos for my stream, that's fantastic. If you are a robot, then just go away. Alright, so Lily's been picked up, Raynor's been picked up. These are fine picks. I have no problem with the draft on Fat Shove right now. On 31 APM, you've got Sonya. Now she's going to be up against Rhaegar, and that's going to be so-so. Phoenix picking up Falstad. Falstad could also take top lane. So you've got a lot of damage with Jaina, you've got a lot of damage with Falstad. You've also got the Gust potential to protect or steal the boss on this map, so there's a strategy there. You've got a good tank in Muradin. This is tough to call. If I had to choose right now between these two teams, I think the easier draft to execute and probably win with is potentially Fat Shove, but obviously I've put all my points down, well not all my points, but I put down 2,500 points on the side of 31 APM. So if you, the viewer at home, are watching this and think, hey, well listen, I want to steal those points, there is 3 minutes left on the contest if you would like to place a bet, and you would need to place it on bet A, space the amount of points, if you want to take them, steal them off me, as it were. So it's a best of 3, and we're going to Sky Temple. Sky Temple, that's right. It's Division 4. This is round 4 here in Season 12. Unbelievable. I can't believe we've been going for 12 seasons. Jabroni and I joined in the EU community for Heroes Lounge back in just after the end of Season 1. It was in between, the break between Season 1 and Season 2. What a long time ago. Welcome along, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Halloween. Tetcher's name's on screen. That's not right. I'll have to change that later. But here we go. It's game number 1. We're Sky Temple. On the left in blue, it's Fat Shove, and it's nothing to do with the size of their waist. It is a free agent team. We got Gary there as the captain, as this is Jimmy. We've got Chaos Kaiser as Diablo, Lord of Terror. Panda Eyes playing Lily, no surprise. We have Riz as the primary DPS on Ghoulie Dan. We've got Calzador playing Rexar in top lane. And their challengers here on the right hand side, it's 31 APM. Let's hope that in fact their APM is above that. We can check. We're going to check at some point. It's Gurkle playing Yena. We have Phoenix playing Falstad. We got Skunkit, that's a cool name, playing Brightwing, and Humph harumphing his way to victory as their team captain as Muradin. But who could forget Justior hitting up top lane, trying to get all that experience. There you go. So yeah, look at this. We can check your APM, and what are we saying? 31 APM. Well, they're not doing too bad. Jaina's sitting there at a nice 40. You know, Muradin's 30, 36, 31. So yeah, not too shabby compared to their name. So it's going to be a mid-bot rotation, 4-man each. Looks like the wave clear is definitely superior on Riz's side, so they are already pulling ahead in experience, but it's not going to be all about that experience, because somebody needs to pull off and get a camp, and that's exactly what they're doing now. So Jaina should be over here at the same time doing her ting with a chicken wing, but she's not. She hasn't started. In fact, has opted to walk past. She was considering it there. I saw the little run past, but it's a swing and a miss. Anyway, let's get a look at those level 1 talents and see what we've got going here. So we've got the Stormbolt quest. We've gone Perfect Storm for Muradin. Let's see how much additional damage he can get with that, because we all know once you get beyond level 16 kind of territory, you are packing a punch. You really are punching people straight in the face with that thing. And if you've completed your quest, you're doubling up. You're hitting 2 people at once. You're punching them deep. Phoenix managing to barrel roll, but he does take Diablo with him. He's overstretched slightly, so Hrumph is giving him a hard time. Anyway, that's no more bets. No more bets for the side of people, because bets are closed. So you were too late. And I see people are just joining us now. Welcome along. Welcome along. It's Division 4 here today, folks. So I'm looking forward to the possibility of crazy amounts of takedowns, because that tends to be what you see at this level. It can be quite exciting. But we'll see what happens. Okay, so we've got the Fingers of Frost on Jaina, so she can solve her deep mana pockets that she has often complaints about. So we'll fix that, and then she's gone shotgun. The start's a shotgun, and that'll be cool. We've got Bribe on Brightwing, which I have to say, right, this is a huge point of contention. Now, I, as a caster, see a lot of professional play. I'm able to observe and make commentary about Grandmasters. However, I wouldn't and don't tend to admit that I'm a Grandmaster myself. Of course I am not. However, statistically, if you are playing Brightwing at level 1, if you take Pixie Charm, you have absolutely reduced your healing output. So your job as healer is now somewhat hindered by the fact that you've taken that. It's not your job as healer to worry about macro. You can utilise other people for that, and you've got Sonya, who is known to be very good at clearing camps and taking camps very quickly. So perhaps you could reconsider that going forward, unless it's part of your strategy and I'm not seeing it, which, to be fair, has happened to me in the past. I've been totally blindsided by unusual talent choices that have allowed people to build into such a way that they just devastate people. Anyway, both teams going 1 for 1 in terms of the objectives. They are trading even Stevens, but the structures kind of fall a bit more in favour of the side of Fat Shove. So, anything else unusual in the builds? Well, Fell Wave coming out here, bound by Shadow. So he's reducing his corruption to try and get more corruption out. But I think I'm trying to think what I get at 7 on Gul'dan as well. Full shotgun now on Jaina as well. And another one, Ace in the Hole at level 1 rather than Exterminator. Exterminator is almost exclusively the talent choice to take that you see a lot of people going with. But he's obviously trying to increase his damage through slowed or stunned, and that's going to be Diablo's Shadow Charge, which isn't going to happen all that often, but I suppose you get a lot of slows through Panda. Oh, and we've got First Blood! First Blood, and it's Rexar that falls. Well done. 31 APM taking the lead. And they're pushing in hard here, by the way, and it's without camps. Not bad, as Karis would say. In for a penny, in for a pound is what you would follow it with. And here we go, we've got Jaina, or Jaina, if you're from Scandinavia, starting off the camp. In comes Brightwing, making a start, doing some value there. Here you go. So, level 10, just round the corner for both teams. They're going to be equal for this, which is a saving grace for 31 APM, because the team fight of their opposition might just clinch it. Let's see. What are we going to see? I don't know if it's going to be Lightning Breath or Apoc. Hyperion is almost certainly the favoured Rainer ultimate at the moment. Horrify would be fine. So there we go. Yeah, Horrify. We've got the Jugs. We've got the Hyperion. That's fine. We've got Release the Boars, so that's fine as well. Yeah, Unleash the Boars. And Diablo, which way are you going? Which way are you going? Come on. He's keeping it a secret. It's going to be a surprise. Alright, we've got Ring of Frost. We've got the Gust. I predicted both of them. We've got the Avatar. Brightwing, are you going to surprise me at Blinkiel? I knew it, yeah. But we've got the Leap. Leap. I like Leap a lot. That's going to be hilarious. Justier is probably thinking I should have taken Wrath now so that he could sustain himself in this battle. But watch the Leap. It's just going to be devastating. In comes the Ring. The Ring lands. They get good damage on Gary, but it's being countered by the massive jugs that come off Lily there. They've managed to push their opponents off the objective, and now they've zoned themselves in. They don't need mana because Brightwing will just keep healing everybody up, and obviously Muradin has that ability too. So they're just soaking up as many shots as they can. Remember, this is a 5v4. Rexar's sitting there in top lane doing Rexar things with, you know, bears on safari. So this is a 5v4. You want to take the fight. They want to take the fight, but they don't want to leave the objective because they want to soak that bad boy up. In comes Rexar. Falstad's leaving. It's now 5v4, but in the opposing direction. Brightwing's the last to get out. In comes a Shadow Charge. He doesn't do it. He had an option. I think he could have taken it. He's chosen not to, and they're both teams backing out. So, structural advantage coming in very slightly for 31 APM. I mean, Sonya's at 0 APM, so we're all over the place here. We're all over the place here. Alrighty then. So, we're waiting for level 13s to come in, but yeah, if you didn't see it, it's already been cast, of course. It's Epoch for Dibbles. Dibbles taking the Devil's Due at level 1. That's a safe choice if you're unsure about Soul Shield, or you mechanically are a bit worried about forgetting to activate it or anything. Then Devil's Due will often always get you value. So not bad, as Karis would say. So cool, and the gang. Justu are possibly going to get caught out, but he makes it out by the skin of his teeth. No problem there. What is going on here? There's a lot of kind of just on the watchtower rotation here, posturing back and forth. I think they're desperately trying to get that top tower. The top fort, so then they can just push that bottom lane like it was something that got pushed downhill very quickly, like a bobsled maybe. That's something that, you know, you could reference. Level 13's just round the corner. Harumph getting another stun in. Let's get a look at his stacks. What's he at? 10. You can do better than that. Come on. I think 35 is a sufficient level to be at. Not by this time, like, but that's a level where you're starting to really get value out of it. Alright, 13's in. So we're seeing a life funnel here. Timmers takes a lot of that. Drain life heals for 75% more when it's used on heroes. That's giving you extra heal. Harumph! And he's out. He's okay. Both teams getting ready for this. Rexar's going to try and take top. Falstad's taking top so that he can fly down and join his group when he needs to, giving them the numbers advantage, assuming no one dies. He jumps in. Oh, and the Horrify's used to great success, managing to get his team out of dodge. The Hyperion comes back in, buying them breathing room and breathing space. Harumph managing to use his trait to heal himself back up. It's a swing and a miss with a Stormbolt. Looking for an opportunity there. In comes Corruption stacks. Excellent cleanse from Brightwing. Justior uses the leap, tries to get somebody, does stun Panda Eyes, but it's not enough. Both teams getting back into position. In top lane, Phoenix manages to secure a kill on Rexar. It's all still kicking off. Jaina manages to drop the Blizzard. They're looking for something on Panda Eyes. Spin to win. They get the 2 kills. It's going to be 3. Chaos Kaiser is running for his life, but it's not. It is all for naught as 100 souls are splattered across the bottom lane. They're going to confirm this objective. They got a kill in top lane. Falstad's running mid. He's like, I'll get that soap. Don't worry, guys. And they are starting the boss. Wow! 31 APM really shaping up. And it would have been perfection itself if Jaina just didn't get stunned there, embarrassing the rest of the team. But they're too excited to worry about anything as they take this boss. As I was saying to you earlier, they just wanted that top 4 out the way, and then they can push really hard down bottom lane and look at eyeing up that keep. This is exciting. Well done for them. Doing quite well 10 minutes into the game. It's 5 takedowns to 0. The team with what I considered at the draft an arguably better draft are 0 takedowns. They're really struggling up against this opposition. I mean, there has been things that are against the norm in terms of builds and strategies and things, but that's what you tend to see, and it can often be very exciting here in the lower divisions. I don't want to say lower divisions because Division 4 is doing quite well against some of their opposition, but yeah, it's real esports challenge here at Heroes Lounge, and that's why you enter this. You get into Heroes Lounge so that you can experience competitive heroes in the Storm, and that's what they're doing here. But yeah, you see a lot of unusual builds and things, but it's really working well for them here. They're considering the invade. They're going in for the siege camp, and as soon as they're spotted by Chaos Kaiser, the team backs off. Herump's mere presence is enough to send them in flight, and they bail out. In comes a dive. He is diving deep without his team. They are just a slight bit too far away for you to feel safe there, buddy. Especially if you don't have your escape because you dwarf tossed into it. So be careful for sure. They're going to try and protect the siege camp, it looks like. Trying to flank Panda Eyes. They've got Riz on the run. It's a swing and a miss with the Stormbolt. In comes the Hyperion. The gust to push them back in, but that Horrify puts Phoenix in a place that he doesn't want to be, like the back of a Volkswagen. He's getting a lot of damage. Brightwing goes down. They get the counter kill on Panda Eyes. Candy Kaiser, I was about to call him. Chaos Kaiser does also fall, and because he doesn't have 100 souls, he has to wait the full respawn time. That was a 2-for-1 trade, but they kept the camp and the catapult still alive, so probably better for them. They're going to be able to take the majority, if not totally, all of this wall. He's backing off. He's saying, no, it's not worth it. So they take their bottom right siege camp, and things are shaping up. Shaping up for them at this point in time, I would say.
Do not let these mortals approach.
And he hearths out to play it safe. The top objective has now spawned. Phoenix is up there getting early shots in. It's taking out the towers. I mean, 1, 2, 3 forts still available on the side of 31 APM. They are feeling juicy at this point. 2-level lead, that's a 8% health and mana advantage, and 6 takedowns ahead of their opponent. It's not looking bad at all. What at all can the free agent team, Mr. Shove, do to back up against this? Probably thinking carefully. Are they on comms together? I certainly hope so. There was a free agent team led by Undead one time that refused to get on comms with one another, and they made it all the way to the finals. And that was really weird, because we were like, are you at least going to speak to each other? And then they had to get on to comms just to do their post-game interviews. It was bizarre. Anyway, let's hope they are all on comms and not featuring a lot of salt at this point in time, because they're quite far behind. They're quite far behind, and they're going to need a lot of work done to catch up. They're looking for a Shadow Charge. In comes the Shadow Charge. In comes the Overpower. In comes Domination's second Shadow Charge. Full corruption on Phoenix, but in comes Brightwing and saves him. That was a very good offensive engage from the boys there in blue. Well done. I believe in them, but unfortunately it was not enough. It was not enough. I'd like to see them try that again, but now that they've notified their opponents that they're willing to engage that hard, they are now clumping it together. They're staying together. They don't want to risk that kind of calamity happening again. Chaos Kaiser looking for an opening. Oh, he could have grabbed her. He could have. He still could. They'll wrap very quickly though, so you got to be careful. And with Sonya's leap, it could get ugly fast. They do have another stun from Rexar though. In comes the stun, and a double stun at that. In comes Rainer's Hyperion to buy them space. They've got a full minute without Muradin now. Level 20 Storm Talents were just round the corner, so this was ideal. This was the best time to do it. And they get a fort. That's going to relieve the catapult pressure in that lane. They're looking to continue something. They've got Lily. They've got Brightwing, I mean. And they get a kill. That's huge! That is the lifeline they looked for. They're going to have to run something wild off of this. They are going to have to run something wild off this. Welcome, DNA Galaxy's stream. Hello, everybody. DNA is a very handsome man. I enjoyed a Korean barbecue with him in Paris. It sounds like a hot date, but we were there with a lot of cool people. We're currently watching Heroes Lounge. This is Division 4. Now, Division 4 is a lot of fun. A lot of fun indeed, because there's often a lot more takedowns. Kitten the Necro, or just no Necromancer. Hello. Yeah, I like you being here. So welcome along. We've got Storm Talents getting picked up there. So we got the Wind Tunnel. That's going to be quite dramatic. We've got a rewind on Muradin. So what you're witnessing here, as you've just came in, this is the later stages of this game. Quite a convincing lead in the side of 31 APM here, right? But these 4th Division essential losers have just totally caught up. They managed to get a kill on Muradin. Oh no, Panda Eyes! The leap comes in. confirms the kill. Chaos Kaiser trying to buy space. A massive Horrify from Riz, buying some room for Chaos to back off just a little bit there. And we've got the boss marching down bottom lane. That's buying them some space as well. But Rexar's noticed that Harumph is on his way, so they've said, let's get out of here. I gotta dodge. And so they do. But you can't lose both of these. If you lose both of these objectives, both of these temples, they're going to shoot down both of your keeps. So you're going to have to do something, boys. The boys in blue, you're going to have to do something. What are you going to do? Dive in there. Do something. You're too late. You've lost that one. You've lost that one, so you have. They don't have storm talents. They're fighting from behind. That's the is on his way. That's the real problem they have here. That's the real problem they have here. Are they gonna do this all at boss? Oh my gosh, this is gonna be it's gonna be dramatic, I think. But yeah, welcome along DNA Galaxy stream. It's nice to see you guys here. I often raid Galaxy back. You know, I've cast him in his many iterations of professional games for years, really. So I'm so delighted that his streaming career has kicked off, and he got partner recently, and he's doing very well. I don't stream as much, so I've never managed to commit at that level, but he's doing so well, and I'm so glad for him. Cool guy, so he is. All right, we've got the engage here. They are going to dive hard against their opponents. Chaos Kaiser's looking for his opportunity to get that shadow charge in. The rest of his team try to take the camp. They get it. Okay, that's best case scenario for the blue team. Guys, you are just clinging on. You are just clinging on to hope here, and it's exciting to watch because the red team are devastating you. Let's be clear about this. Let's be clear about this. Oh, by the way, I should mention to the viewers that have tuned in, right? I lost half of you already, but the other half that have remained, there is a secret treat to the viewing this channel. The people that have clicked follow already have been awarded with 10 loyalty points, and for every 10 points, for every 10 minutes that you stay on this channel, you're awarded with a further 10 points. On this channel can be exchanged for premium Steam keys in the Stream Element store below as one of the panels. In comes the shadow charge, followed by the overpower. Second shadow charge. In comes the APOC, followed by the ring. We're seeing Justior use Leap to try and buy some room. Spin to win comes in. Brightwing managing to heal Justior just enough. Justior finally falls. Muradin being thrown in by the Earl of Sandwich himself, and he is killed. And that's it. It was a 3 for naught trade. Fantastic team fight there by the team that have been wildly behind for most of this game. I can't believe that they are now stepping up into a position where they could potentially take victory straight out of the jaws of defeat, because they were losing. They were straight up losing this game. Wow. And I like that kind of drama. I like that kind of drama indeed. Jaina, you're backing them, you're forwarding, but you can't go in, and you know it, I know it, so just take the camp. And there they go. There they go. So yeah, I was saying, okay, I'll quick look at the talents there again. Yeah, I was saying, you get these points, and you can redeem them for Steam keys and all sorts of things. I think if you manage to get 12,000 points, Tetcher and I will cast, literally provide professional production and cast anything that you want. A best of 3 of backgarden wrestling, you got it, no problem. But yeah, at any point you can just cash in 10,000 for a premium game off Steam. But yeah, the contests happen at the beginning and end of each one of these matches that we cast of Heroes Lounge, and you can just acquire all those points. So yeah, good to see you though, guys. I'm so delighted. Anyway, level 22 to 22. It's 6 takedowns to 8 takedowns. It is a stone's throw away from having equal structures, to be honest. So it's all kicking off. It is all kicking off. Thanks very much for the follow there, Ramdum18, Blink KP, and Thanks Boy, which is a quality name. I like that. Well, do you know, it's probably Fanboy with X's at either side instead of Thanks, because that's me adding the X at the end. Anyway, Stormbolt coming in on Chaos Kaiser, who uses the overpower, and the Horrify pulls Muradin even deeper into his team, who manages to get an amazing stun on Panda Lily, and she goes down. No ifs, no buts, no coconuts. That was a kill. KO, MDK, and you are out of here. So they've got a free shot at the boss. A free shot at the boss. Was the overpower and pulling Muradin further into your team what lost you that team fight? I think it might have been. I think it might have been. Harumph trying to desperately find space for his team, but you're forgetting Mighty Gust with Wind Tunnel is in the perfect position. We know it's getting wound up. We're about to see it. Let her rip, Phoenix. Let her rip. Here we go. Oh no, he was stunned! He was stunned! Oh, there it goes. There it goes. They do just get it, but that was lucky. That was lucky. Sonya spinning to winning. We've got the Hellgate being deployed. It gets the kill on the Brightwing, but he does still die underneath Jaina's Blizzard. Harumph falling very low. Rexar looking for something. He's feigning death. Misha's going to die. Oh no, but Gary! Get the kill. One hit. One hit! He was stunned by Justior. He's got 30 hit points. How is this Muradin still alive? He's going to die of old age. Gary, get out! The bear, the Misha, it saved your life. It saved your life. I don't know who to root for. This is so dramatic. What is going on? Oh, the drama. The objective's going to win the game. There you go. So we've got top and bottom temples getting picked up by the red side. Game number 1 of our best of 3. Absolutely, absolutely falling in favour here of 31 APM. Well, welcome along, guys. Welcome along. I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad to have you here. So, to give you a quick rundown on where we're at, this is our series that you have tuned into thus far. So, what have we got? Well, the first game, you know, it went back and forth, but the first game does indeed fall in favour of 31 APM. Wow. Yeah, so that was 10 takedowns to 7. 17 takedowns there. What a great game, says Kit in the Necromancer. You missed the first half, and it was still a really good game. It was still a really good game. So, big time drama there. So, I will issue the points, because 31 APM won that. Hi there, Softbert. Nice to see you back. Nice to see you back. Don't you worry, all you new people that are here, you'll get your chance to enter the contest in just a minute. So I'm just waiting to see where we're at. I am with because it always takes me a minute to pull all the windows up and stuff. Okay, so an advantage now goes over to the opponent. Now, most of you people know this if you've been following competitive esports within Heroes, but the advantage goes over to the opponents, which is Fat Shove, and Fat, of course, stands for Free Agent Team. They get that. So let me just, I have to literally explain it to some of these players because the lower divisions need a bit of guidance sometimes. So Fat Shove, do you want first pick or map pick? Okay, so we will see what they go with here, and then we'll get the deliberations. So if I was to be a betting man, where do I think they're going to go? Well, I think Alterac... Oh, you like that, Kitten? You like that? So, well, that's good. That's good. The other thing is, have you seen the announcements that came out? Tetra and I dropped a couple of hints over the last couple of streams, but we weren't able to give out. In fact, I'll come back here whilst the teams are sorting that stuff out. Right, I'll come back here. So Tetra and I dropped hints about the Method Madness tournament. And I don't know if DNA Galaxy was speaking about it over in his stream, but like I really hope he's competing with Diablo Needs Affection, especially with Dryfer. Like I met Dryfer at the Masters Clash last year when I was casting that, and he was a really nice guy. And Dryfer's an excellent shot caller. So I know that DNA are playing on Division 1 in Heroes Lounge at the minute, but it'd be great to see them compete together in this Method Madness tournament. So yeah, the way that the Method tournament works is that there's going to be 3 cups, and you get £250 for coming first place in each cup. So I mean, there's a cash incentive already, but then if you make it enough points, I think it's like, I don't know, the top 8 teams, the actual proper format and formula for registration and stuff still needs to be ironed out, but it all happens through Heroes Lounge GG. So the website that is scrolling all over the page everywhere and stuff, that's where you can register and see the teams and see what's going on with the Method Madness thing, because that's basically replacing Division S, which is mentioned up here. But yeah, so Method, if you get into the team with the monthly tournament, if your team are eligible, it's £750. So you could effectively make like about £1,750 for your team every month through this tournament. So that's pretty good. That's not bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're not a salaried professional player like Blizzard were once offering, but it's still good money for playing the game. It's more than ESL were doing when the ESL tournaments for Heroes of the Storm were going, so that's cool. And it does. I mean, I was getting up to. I'd have to check my Liquipedia thing for the All Hallows Cup. In fact, if I put that into, is there one in here? I'm doing a command to see if it's here. Oh no. All right, okay. I thought there was a command for All Hallows Cup that would give me a link to the Liquipedia page so I could see what my prizes were, because the tournaments that I did previously. Oh, bugger! I missed it. Teams have just mentioned what's going on. Right. Sorry, I'm casting a series here. I can't just talk about madness. So it would appear that map number 2 is going to be Infernal Shrines. So actually, first pick in the draft. Right, we've got this the wrong way around. We have got this the wrong way around. First pick in the. I had to ask because these guys aren't doing everything correctly. It was actually picked by 31 APM. So first pick in the draft is going to go to Fat Shove. So we'll see what happens with them imminently. Okay. So, Method Madness, that's going to be fantastic. Hopefully All Hallows Cup, that'll come back again as well. And we're hoping to do a $1,000 prize as well. So do I host the custom game that the teams join? So typically I have had a hands-off approach that I've never had to deal with anything ever. And it all just kind of happens and I'm there. When we were doing the HGC Open Division, we had a producer, we had an observer, so I didn't even have to do camera work. I literally just, pressed O, would follow the camera work, and it would all work out. That's not worked out. There we go. And it's saying Tetcher's on screen again, and he's not. So hello. All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome along. This is game number 2 of our best of 3 series here, and as you'll see in the chat now, there is a contest that has now went live. If you think the team in blue, Fat Shove, who did a very good job fighting back there to be fair, are going to win game number 2 and take us to an equalised series and into game number 3, then you want to type into the Twitch chat now, you want to type !bet space A space the amount of points that you would like to bet. However, if you think 31 APM are just going to close out this series now, they've had enough of their opponents, then you want to type !bet space B space the amount of points that you would like to bet. And if you don't know how many points you've got, type !points. And I'm not even going to look, I am just going to bet all my points. Not all my points, but I'm going to put 2,500 points into the prize pool so that you guys can take them off me and stuff by betting on Fat Shove. And of course, as I've said previously, FAT stands for Free Agent Team, because that's one of the perks of Heroes Lounge, is that you might not have friends, you might not have company that wants to join you in a kind of competitive esports team. That might be too much stress for them. So that you might just go in by yourself and register as a solo free agent on the website. And then with enough people all doing the same, we put them all together and then you're able to join a team and compete. And this is season 12 of Heroes Lounge. Unbelievable that it's went that long. And that this is the 4th round this week. Both these teams are quite far down in Division 4, so they really need this win. 31 APM currently are ranked 28th in their division, so they definitely need this victory. I think 26th or 5th above them is Fat Shove. So, okay, what are we seeing in the draft? Same Joanna and Kel'Thuzad, that was the same bans by 31 APM last time. ETC was also banned last time by Fat Shove, but they've now also banned Justior's Sonya. They obviously respected him on that hero. Jaina has been stolen by the team captain Gary. He's taken that on the side of Fat Shove. And Hrumph this time has taken the Lord of Terror, Johnny Wallbanger himself, the man with the biggest biceps in the game. In fact, no, sorry, Garrosh has got the biggest biceps in the game. Lord of Terror just, he's also pretty swole. Alright, Phoenix, this time not playing the Falstad and picking up Raynor. This is Jimmy. He's taken that off of his opponents, and Blaze, because he lost Diablo, has taken Blaze. Chaos Kaiser, because he lost Diablo, has taken place. That's what I meant to say.
I will fight to my
Rhaegar's in. Rhaegar is in. So we're going to see the Bloodlust. I think we're going to see the Bloodlust anyway, but it's Division 4, so literally anything could happen. Anything could happen here. We will find out. Indeed. Not Tychus? Well, I mean, yeah. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. But yeah, remind me later, folks, to talk to you about this Method Madness thing, because I do want to talk about that. Chris and Hazu and all that, and also, by the way, by this time I should. I mean, I was meant to be in Paris last month casting the live LAN finals for the Masters Clash, and you know, I'd like partially helped support the Dignit. They were called Digtic, but it was Fnatic and Dignitas kind of together, which was like Zelia, Breeze, Quacknix, Wobby, and that together as kind of one team, and they were coming over, and we fully expected them to put a really good performance in. But Schubert Walk with Hazu and all that were doing really well as well. Last year, DNA Galaxy was there, and with Go Next, and they did quite well as well. But so we're like that event should be coming back as well. So I don't know where it is and what's going on. Hey, thank you very much for the follow there, Hatex, or Hatex, however you want to pronounce it. For doing so, you've been awarded 10 points. You can use those points right now. We've got a contest open. If I type contest, does it tell me what's going on? I really have no idea what my own commands are. But yeah, !bet space A space the amount of points you want to bet for Fat Shove, or !bet space B space the amount of points you want to bet if it's 31 APM. Put your points in now. Get your bets in. Try and steal the points off me. And you can use them to redeem actual Steam keys on the store below, or you can use them to at least make funny noises on the stream, like this, which is well, I guess you can try and find out. Oh boy, Cisco. Hang on, I'm going to mess this up. Psychosly. Thanks very much for phoning. Following. Alright, so for your Bloodlust comp, you have Zul'jin and you've got Leoric. So you've got enough frontline for Zul'jin to just literally be unkillable and take out the entire opposing force here. So Fat Shove looking good. As Grubby has always said with Tetcher, that previously the easiest comp to execute is often going to be the one that wins. That's his words. However, 31 APM. They've got Chromie, who can poke for days, and as soon as she gets her level 20 upgrade, or 18 level upgrade, or whatever, that's going to allow her to go straight through the objective and kill everybody. Malfurion, the Twilight Dream, if he goes that route, stops only Jaina. Everybody else can still do their thing with a chicken wing and hurt him. Yrel's a beefy boy. The Space Goat itself, it can do a lot of work. Diablo, it's tough to call. It is tough to call. This could go either way. But yeah, there's only been 2 people that have bet, so I can't even say, like, from the audience who is betting in which direction, really, because oh well. All right. So this is game number 2. Let's see what happens. Welcome along, ladies and gentlemen. It says on screen that Tetcher's here. He is not here. He'll be back tomorrow if we're casting a series tomorrow. And I think he said he was unavailable Monday, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, on the left in blue, you know them, you love them. It's Fat Shove, free agent team. We've got Panda Eyes on Rhaegar. We've got Riz this time playing Zul'jin. We've got Gary as Lady Jaina. We've got Calcidor playing the Space Skeleton Leoric, and we have Chaos Kaiser playing Blaze. And their challengers. On the right hand side, it's 31 APM, who are absolutely doing that for sure with their APMs. We've got Phoenix this time playing Raynor. We've got Harumph playing Johnny Wallbanger. It's Diablo. We've got Malfurion getting played by, and I'm going to have to check because he's not showing there, it's Skunkit. And we've got Justior playing Yrel. Who could forget Justior? And I think that's about it. that is about it. So both teams are going to meet me here in the middle in just a second, and we'll get this show on the road. Who's going to win? Who knows? But Shrek-ticular has bet his points on Team B. He thinks it's going to be Team B, so we will find out in a minute. All right, they're going to go. They're going to go. So let's get a look at those level 1 talents. Bidding. What are we going to see here? So we've got Fingers of Frost on Jaina. That's no surprise because she is atrocious with her mana. You need that. You really do need to help that. And what else we got? So we've got the Bone Slicer. Bone Slicer getting picked up by Zul'jin. Are we going to see Soul Shield this time on Diablo? It's going to be Devil's Due. Come on, we know it. It's going to be Devil's Due. Oh, wow. Okay, so Feast on Fear. Feast on Fear getting picked up. And once again, the first time, so we're going for the quest. We're getting the extra Chromie, the extra Echo. This time it's Veteran Marksman. So that's two, I'm going to say anti-meta picks that we have seen from Raynor thus far. We've seen Ace in the Hole and we've seen the Veteran Marksman getting picked up there. So that's, neither of them would help with the objective, and that's what they've done. So interesting, interesting. Wait, hey, and listen, I'm not saying anything's wrong. I'm not saying anything's wrong because I don't want to say there's wrong choices, but what there is interesting reasoning and alternative choices, and you see a lot of that. You see a lot more diversity. That's what I should have said. There's a lot more diversity of picks, hero selection, and talent choices down in, I'm going to say post Division 3. As you go from Division 4, 5, 6, and 7, it gets crazier and crazier. And you know, Kaldor, his stream and stuff, they've talked about it. He potentially has the most fun casting Division 7 because it's sheer chaos. It's like brawling ARAM 24/7, but with objectives, which is like a different game all on its own, which is great. Because imagine having a brawl like that, but coordinated team comms where it mattered because you're in a ranked league in Europe. And that answers Leotan's question from the chat. Is this EU? Yes, it is. It is EU. And for those of you that were curious about my accent, yeah, I'm Scottish from the northeast of Scotland, right up in the Highlands. I'm above the Highland line. That's it. Yeah. And but yeah. No Galaxy. I know Galaxy. I've known him for years. Top lad, so he is. The other British guy, because there's not many of us that are from the EU community that represent heroes that are from Britain. There's not many of us. There's DNA Galaxy. There's Belle de Jour. Belle de Jour is pretty cool. Lovely lady that she is. She used to be a Spotlight streamer that you used to see a lot on the Battle.net the thing, yeah. And then there's Ty. GGT. Tom Shaw, otherwise known as Shawsy the Gentle Giant. Used to play Granite Gaming. Fantastic player. He is massive, by the way. Like, I loved interviewing him at the Masters Clash. He's like, I don't know, 6'5", huge guy. Clever play there by Fatshov, picking up their Fallen Shaman camp ahead of the objective. I would have liked to have seen it picked up just a little bit earlier, but you know, any time is better than not picking it up at all, which is what 31 APM have done. Panda Eye's been focused heavily by Harumph, but he is a sneaky boy and manages to make it out. All the while, Riz just picking up stacks left, right, and centre. So, Deep Roots getting picked up. That's been very, very popular recently, and Rejuvenation getting picked up. Now, I'm a fan of Rejuvenation. I am indeed a fan of that, but I noticed that Div 1 and Div 2 and Div 3 teams have all been taking Celestial Alignment. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Rejuvenation, for sure. And I like the Treant. I like seeing my Broccoli boy starting punching folk in the face like he was Diablo by the late game, you know. Alright, in comes the Shadow Charge for Harumph. Chaos Kaiser trying to get focused, but unfortunately they lost their Jimmy very early on. Justior is in danger of death, so much so that he in fact died. Roots coming in, it's a swing and a miss, another Shadow Charge, he's buying space, he's trying to get that damage in. Oh! I liked what Gurkle was doing. And I pointed out there earlier that I didn't actually mention Gurkle. Gurkle is playing Chromie here, and I think they must have had a team swap. I think they've had a substitute come in. It's the sort of thing that a caster should notice and discuss early on. And I haven't. Yeah, but that's Chromie getting played by Gurkle. There you go. Anyway, so this is objective number 1, falling in favour of Fat Shove. It's going to be a frozen Punisher. Statistically the weakest of the 3 Punishers now, but because they freeze structures, many people argue that they get a lot of value, or perhaps more value, but point per point for damage, it's the weakest. Anyway, so level 8 to level 8, 2 takedowns to 0. We're 5 minutes in, and it's looking pretty juicy for the boys in blue, which is good because I think I bet on them. I think I bet loads of points on that. And points make prizes. They make games, actually, for Steam. That's what they do. So, what are we going to see at level 10? When that pitches up, what are we likely to see? Well, we saw Ring of Frost last time, but my gut tells me that this team's probably going to take the Water Elemental. Bunker would be the wise choice, but it's Division 4, so Combustion probably is what we're going to see here. But Bunker would be so good for Zul'jin, because he needs that escape after he gets Bloodlust from Rhaegar. And the Entomb would be good. But likewise, I think March of the Black King through the objective to keep himself healed up wouldn't be a bad shout either. So, you know, both would have been valid. Anyway, it's Bunker, it's frozen, summon Water Elemental, that's what I meant to say. In comes the charge. He immediately drops the Bunker. The Entomb is beautiful, and it is a mass execution. Everybody bar Diablo didn't make it out alive because it was just a gas chamber in there. Gas chamber of fire and smoke that Blaze kicked off. That was fantastic. Fantastic. I mean, when you hit level 10s and you say, go, 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 go in, dive, now, now, now. That was textbook. Well done. And with that, they're feeling confident enough to steal and invade the top right Fallen Shaman camp. And they take it. Level 10s now just arriving for their opponents. It's the Sands of Time themselves, the slowing Sands of Time, Argent Defender, Hyperion. We've seen the APOC already getting thrown out there. And are we going to see Twilight or are we going to see Tranquility? What is Malfurion going to show us? And it's the Tranquility. He's given him the armor bonus and that heal. And I think that's probably the right thing to do because, you know, I was saying in the draft earlier, you're not going to get a lot of silence potential with everybody else. Softbart saying, can I please refund my points now, please? No, all bets are final. They are now in. I could refund them if the contest was still open, but the contest is now closed. That's the risk you take there, Softbart. That's the risk you take. Anyway, let's get a look at the talent choices. XP totals. That's what I was trying to say. Look at that difference between Leoric and Yrel there. Leoric, of course, 8.8 thousand. 2.2 above his opposition in solo lane. That's not good. In fact, I would say I would go as far as saying that's bad news, Bears. That's bad news, Bears. It's like not great. Anyway, 4 seconds until the second objective is kicking off here. But speaking of kicking off here, are we about to see a team fight just before level 13 talents? No, we're not. That's 13's coming in now. And it's Icy Veins. Icy Veins. She's wanting those cooldowns getting popped faster. Alright, so it's for a Mortar Punisher here. Statistically the strongest in terms of damage. In comes the Jet Propulsion. Out comes the APOC. It's hitting 3 of them. They dive into the bunker to give themselves an armor bonus. The gas chamber has been dropped. The blizzard's been thrown in the opposite direction of where the Entomb was. Shadow Charge being used to great effect. Is Leoric about to fall? He sure is. Argent Defender being used to keep Justior tippy-tappy toppied up in full health. He's after Panda Eyes. Panda Eyes trying to run for him or her's life. Riz taking a sandbag to the face. How about a big bag of sand? Special delivery from Chromie. And they have done it. They've cleared their opponents off of that objective and are now taking the lead in terms of Guardians dead. There you go. There you go. I didn't see it happening quite like that, but it did. It did. I think Harumph did a great job throwing out those shadow charges into the walls. You got to be careful for Diablos like that. I mean, people just don't respect it enough. You just got to be careful. You know what I mean? Anyway, there you go. Mortar Punisher marching his way down the middle lane. John Cena getting ready to jump that wall. Just looking for the signal to go. And there he is. He got clearance to land. And he's running his way through there. The rest of the boys just trying to clear that wall as fast as they can. But look at that Dipsters and damage just hammering into that mid lane. I think they're going to get the fort pretty much guaranteed there. And that's it. Periodic experience and catapults. There you go. Well done. Executed beautifully there by 31 APM. So points now please might be the wrong thing to say. Maybe you don't need a refund after all. Kit and the Necromancer. I'm going to call you a Necromancer because I'm just getting it wrong every time. Kit and Face getting it right. I don't have a cool name for you because you guys are all like, you know, you get called baboons on DNA's channel, don't you? He calls you baboons. I have no such title for fans of Halloween. Harumph, waiting like a poised panther or leopard for his prey, but it's a miss. They don't come. They go the other way. Calzador signalling with the rest of the team that they're going to invade here in the top right. And here we go. Whoa, 2 synchronized charges, but the APOC is massive. They managed to spread that damage all over Gary and get the kill. And of course, lots of armor bonuses coming in for everybody else. Gerkel managing to go into a sand trap and avoid any further damage. Out comes a huge sandblast right on Riz's head. They're going to get him with an overpower here. He drops his unkillable. He's looking for an escape. The shadow charge is there. If you go anywhere near a wall, and it's a stun, it's a death. It's a murder death kill. And they're going to be able to take this camp from out from under your feet, and there is nothing you can do about it. Because that was a beautiful team fight. Well executed. We could be trickers. I like it. Yeah, trick or treaters. We could be the trickers. How's tricks? I can literally say it to everybody. I love it. That's good. Alright, so Kaiser throwing out his oil spills just to kind of zone, get some space, but they've got to clear that camp top, otherwise it's going to just rip straight through the wall. Now there isn't a massive experience difference, there isn't a massive experience difference, and takedowns are very similar, the levels are very similar, so there isn't a huge lead amongst anybody. Like, it's just structures. Out comes the Summon Water Elemental. Kaiser taking a lot of damage there. The teams are pretty split. Out comes the APOC. He's looking for the Entomb, and there it goes. Harumph. He's looking for an exit. Huge amounts of damage going everywhere. But the only one that's fallen thus far is Leoric. There goes Blaze. There goes Zul'jin. It's 4 for nothing, and it's a bloodbath. Well done, 31 APM, who are looking very strong here today. I'd go as far as saying stronk. They are looking stronk. Maybe tricksters. Trickersters. Trickersters? We could be trickers, trickersters, English is hard, Leotan, 2020. Well done. Your quotes are cool, they're very valid, I like them, keep them coming. And the third, perhaps final objective of the game is getting started in the top lane there. It's going to be an Arcane Punisher. They used to be the strongest. They're now kind of mid-range, mid-tier Punisher. So that's it. It's level 17 to 16 here. 8 takedowns to 5. Looking very good for 31 APM. Let's see how this goes. The rest of the blue team are now posturing. They're rallying behind their Blaze, looking for an opening so that they can take a mile. Chaos Kaiser looking for the backline. Calzador looking for the backline as well. He's just going to do it. They drop the APOC. It's massive. They drop the Entomb as well. They get one kill. Malfurion's down. They're looking for Gurkle. I don't think they're going to get him. Chaos Kaiser looking for that Gurkle. They've got a lot of damage on Phoenix. Can they finish him off? Panda Eyes. They do it. Excellent, excellent ice block by Gary there, by the way, because Raynor absolutely was a way to kill him with a penetrating round. That was a very good ice block. We could be the spooks, but I'm unsure if that's a racial slur these days. It definitely is. Oh god. Likewise, other options are... Oh wait, hang on. So Harumph has been charged himself. He takes a lot of damage there. He's falling pretty low. He's down to less than 300 hit points. It's going more, and he is out of there. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200. You are out of there. Although you can't sit still in front of a Chrome Star like that. She will sandbag you. Oosh! There you go. How about a big bag of sand? Sand's a time. And that's it. Arcane Punisher. This time falling on the side of Fat Shove. And they are going to shove this top lane pretty hard. It's 15.5 minutes. This Punisher is going to be enough to do that. And the keep walls guaranteed. Oh, but they're making it dirty. They're also taking this camp. Fallen Shaman's going to come and push that top lane with them. Let's see what happens. He jumps the wall. John Cena's in. Bloodlust has been thrown. Panda Eyes getting the lightning shield out. But the route that you would often take, cleverly being Sands have timed to prevent the team invading at that route. In comes a big stun from John Cena. He is MVP, followed by another stun from Blaze. They drop the bunker to prevent some Chrome Star's damage there. They're going to get Harumph. He's the second one to fall. John Cena managing to get the keep as well. This is beyond what I expected. That stun on Malfurion potentially cost him the game there. That is massive. Massive, because it really looked like the red team had this game, and now they're in spitting distance of losing this game. But you got to be careful. They have to win right now, or else they themselves will lose. They use a cleanse. He's getting out with 120 hit points. It looks like they've said, "GG, bug out, bug out. We're not getting it right now. We've overcommitted. We've overstayed our welcome. Let's run. Let's run." I thought they were going to win with that Malf kill there. I thought, well, hey, listen, they'll get Chromie. Surely the space goat's not enough, but it was enough. Wow, okay. So they're going to take the Khazra camp on that side, and then potentially look at bottom. Let's get a look at those talents. Of course, the Storm talents are coming in now. They've got the Buried Alive. Now that's going to be huge, along with Gladiator's Warshout. This is the defining talent of this age at the moment. Gladiator's Warshout coming in, extending that Bloodlust to about 16 seconds during a team fight. That is horrendous. If you don't know how horrendous it is, you've not been playing enough Storm League, because it is. Anyway, let's see what else is on the cards. Because half a level until it's equal talent tiers. So if you're wanting that fight with your advantage, you want to do it now, but they don't want to tower dive, and that's exactly what 31 APM are holding. Jeez, I look away for 1 second, and my boys are about to lose. Alrighty, they're pushing in. They've got the Khazra camp. They've got some minion cover, so they're doing it. But Phoenix throwing a defensive zoning Hyperion. That means it's not going to be there for your next team fight. They've got a camp pushing bottom as well. They've still got this Khazra camp pushing mid, so they can hang about just for a minute longer. Let's see if they do indeed choose to do so. 20 Storm talents coming in now for the side of 31 APM. Lord of Terror. That's not one you see very often. You often see a Hellgate or two, but yeah, Lord of Terror coming in. We've got the Seraphim. Now, becoming unstoppable for a couple of seconds is definitely valuable, but there's not much. I mean, there's the Totem, which isn't a Colossal Totem. It's an electric charge from Rhaegar, so I guess you could run away from that to be unstoppable, but okay. Execute coming in, as if there was any question of that. The Life Bloom as well, that's not terrible. In comes Harumph, he's shadow charged in. The Bloodlust, it's a Gladiator's Warshout, has now been deployed. Massive Entomb getting another 2 members of the team. And remember, it's Buried Alive, so they're completely silenced whilst they're in there. Tranquility being dropped. It's giving his team extra armour, but it's not going to be enough. Argent Defender, however, that being deployed is very good. That Chromestar's lining up her shots. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. She's definitely got them in a line. She could get a kill here, but this stun prevents her from firing these shots. Further damage on Leoric. It's enough. They have saved their base. That's a good job there by 31 APM, considering they lost their Diablo early on. But he isn't back into the battleground for another 30 seconds. The Shrine's active. You could have had 30 seconds without a guaranteed team fight. Instead, they've decided to go for their camp. I'm not sure if that's the right choice, but I suppose they have time to do it. And that'll give their time for their cooldowns to reset, because in 30 seconds they'll have another Bloodlust. And that war shout is looking juicy. Oh boy, you don't have a tank, you're going to have to run. You're going to have to run. Malf knows better than to get involved in that stuff. Phoenix using penetrating ground, but it's not enough. Chromestar, you are out of there. See ya, because you can't even use your silence. Malf, what did you do? You went in too deep. I thought you were running. I thought you knew better than this. Oh, and you're out of there. It's looking good for an ending point here. If Fat Shove want to shove the lane, they've still got a water elemental doing things. It's take a look at it, tanking everything. It's such a beefy boy. Anyway, that's him gone. Okay, they're backing off. They've said we've got what we need. We can take the objective quite safely now. Safely, as Karis would say. And they can push it down mid. Push it down mid. That's what I think they're going to do. Whilst taking a Khazra camp to add more pressure on that mid lane. And are they going to take this one as well? Wow, 6 Khazras and a Frozen Punisher pushing down mid. That's going to be horrendous. That's a big push. We're going to go to game number 3, folks. You're going to get a game number 3 at this rate. Oh, Harumph! Oh, this could be huge. This could be huge. He doesn't have Hellgate. You could have definitely confirmed the stun with a Hellgate. How did this turn so quickly? You were getting the kill on Zul'jin and now you're not. Oh, Phoenix is now dying. What? Oh. Run for your life.
Battery low.
Oh, my speakers are saying battery low. I'm going to have to plug them in a minute. But there's too much drama. I can't do it just yet. Justior, you've used your jump. Your one and only jump. In comes a stun. Argent Defender being used. That's going to heal you up. That's not too bad. There's his... He jumped into the silence! He jumped into the silence! Not like this emoji's being spammed everywhere, as Justior is absolutely wiped off the map. Skunkit is sniffed out, I guess is probably an appropriate metaphor. But the blue team taking a horrendous amount of damage there from Gerkel. But Gerkel, you can't 1v5, I don't care what day of the week it is. Even on a month of Sundays, you're not 1v5 in this bad boy, although you're making a good effort of it. He gets a kill, he almost gets 2 kills. Well done, that is game number 2. Battery low was actually from 31 APM for your information. I like that, that's a good joke there. Game over! And you're correct, it was. Thanks for following there, Game Over. You've just been given 10 points. You can use them on the bets. And there'll be a new bet in a minute. Because I'm just putting my headset on charge here.
Charging battery.
That's it. The team are having their team talk and are now charging their battery. Oh god, the wires wrapped around everything. I've made it worse. I have made it worse. Okay, we're good. So that was 18 takedowns to the blue team, to the opposition's 9 on red. So, I mean, wow. Malfurion dying 5 times. Chromie managing to evade capture quite a lot there. Quite a lot. Panda, he's not dying at all there. And for the completionists out there that like to see the talents, these are the talents. And for those of you that have been particularly enjoying your points, with 25% of the votes, here you go. Fat Shove, you won. So enjoy your points there. And Leotan, thank you for following. There's your name on screen, because you're cool. That's excellent. I'm delighted because it's not often DNA Galaxy hosts me back, and I tend to host him quite a lot, so that's cool. So that's great that you guys are now following. So Division 4 is shaping up to be quite exciting as the blue team take that victory. So it's 1 apiece and all to play for. Let's see. I'm gonna ping people there, and let's see. King Baboon had raided someone good for once. Ha ha! The leader of baboons. Wait, yeah, did we settle on? Did we settle on a name for you guys? Right. So it would appear that first pick has been taken in the draft by 31 APM as their batteries are recharging. So they're wanting to control the draft. So that means the choice of battleground is thrown over to Fat Shove, and we're waiting to see where they go. Where they go. Tricksters. Yeah, so the tricksters. Now, in Scotland, the people that dress up in costumes and go door to door asking for sweets, right? We call them geysers. In the northeast of Scotland, in the Highlands, we call them geysers. And the reason we call them geysers is because they are in disguise, yeah? Because the veil gets so thin between the world of the fairy realm and the realm of the dead that people come back to haunt their own houses, and you're supposed to leave a treat out for them. So you're meant to make like an extra meal at your dinner table for like your dead relatives and stuff, so like they can come back. And if you don't provide something nice for them in the form of a treat, then they could get upset and do horrible things. And the monsters and the fairies and stuff that come through as well. So when the geysers go door to door asking for sweets, they're mixed in with the real monsters and real fairies, so they're in disguise. That's where it comes from. But anyway, listen, I'm talking too long and forgetting to show you what's actually happening in the thing here. So Towers of Doom, that's where we're going for game number 3. Yeah. And so yeah, like if I was calling you trick-or-treaters, like it would be geysers if it was the northeast of Scotland. But I think trick-or-treaters, tricksters. But Scotland's national animal is the majestic unicorn, so just consider that in this speech. To be fair, it's true. It's true. Yeah. But we've got a lot of like, you know, we'd probably be like Iceland and still have a very, very strong belief in fairies if we didn't have a huge attack on Highland culture, which has been happening for the last 300 years. So, oh, hang on, that fans went off. Oh, I'm not in the lobby and I should be. There we go, we're in, right. Okay, so we're getting ready. I better set up the contest for you guys to place your bets now on which team you want to win. It's not Mauled though, it's Shove, and the other team's called 31 APM. I thought I'd already set this up, I don't know why it's... Alright.
Towers of Doom.
And then I've got to press that again. Alright, welcome along, ladies and gentlemen. This is game number 3. It's the decider here in Division 4. And the team on right, who are doing very well, 31 APM, they're over here, sorry. They're in 28th place, so they really need this victory. And they're shaping up to get it, so it's getting quite exciting. Now, if you think that the team in blue, Fat Shove, are going to win this game and ultimately the series, then you want to type !bet space A space the amount of points that you would like to bet. And thank you very much for following there, Calket1. For doing so, you've been given your 10 points. And you can use that in the bet now. However, if you think 31 APM, they put a really good fight in, and you think, hey listen, I know these guys are going to do well now, then you want to type !bet space B space the amount of points that you would like to bet. And then that would get you sorted. So if you don't know how many points you've got, type !points in the chat and you'll be told. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a crazy bet in just now to make sure that there's loads of points in the pot that people can win. I'm going to put 2,000 points on Shove winning this. Let's see what happens. Alright, so Chromestar being banned. no surprise. Pure respect for Gerkel, because he was doing very well with his DPS. Falstad being banned, so Phoenix proved himself as a good Falstad as well. So again, no surprise there. And this is it's not bad. It's not bad. Harumph has this time opted to first pick ETC. Now that could be a bit of a bait and switch. I've discussed this with Karis in playoffs and in finals of some of the best games that we've ever seen in the world for Heroes. That what's been possible is that you actually get a solo lane ETC and he takes stage dive and he runs the top lane, is literally unkillable, and then can dive in and deal devastation whenever he needs to. OMG Alberto, nice name, thanks for following and welcome along, hope you're enjoying the show. Good times, we're going to let the good times roll. So Justior picking up Rhaegar, this time refusing to let Panda Eyes take it. Panda Eyes is normally the support on their team, and he's picked up Ming. So, and Justior isn't normally the support on his team either, so it's all back to front here. But anyway, Bloodlust going on the side of 31 APM, and we'll see what the next ban's going to be here. Greymane again. I say again, but we've not seen him yet, so Greymane again, banned. What are they going to ban? Go on, do something crazy. Ban Cho'Gall. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know which direction we're going with this. Yanthor, hello. Hope you're doing well. Why did Yanthor get a peppy face there? Why is he getting a peppy face? Feels bad, man. Is it because... I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. But Leoric being banned. Now that I understand, because his Buried Alives were horrendous. His Buried Alives were devastating towards 31 APM. So they are not messing around. They're saying, let's get rid of that. Gary picking up Raynor. I feel like he got good value with his This Is Jimmy, so no problem there.
For the frozen throne.
Anubarak getting picked up. Now that is a lot of dive. Chaos Kaiser has proven himself consistent and capable of diving in for a stun and being able to bring it back to his team. So, being followed up by Calzador's Anubarak, then that's going to be double trouble, with Raynor being behind him to do sustained damage. But if you want to counter dive, Lunara's the one to help you. This is tricky. Alright, there's 4 minutes 50 seconds left for you to place a bet. And this is becoming very difficult. Both teams have got a point here. This is the decider. It could go in any direction at this point. But looking at this, both teams are doing very well. This is tricky. I wouldn't like to be a betting man on who is winning this game. Lucio. Okay, Lucio's a pretty decent shield. He'll go on top of Blaze, who can heal himself. Anubarak's also got a burrow. He's also got a shield. So there's a bit of self-sustain there on the front line. Raynor, you don't have to do anything. You've got Penetrating Round, and if you pick the talent that can heal himself with that Penetrating Round, he's got self-sustain as well. So, and the resets, once they start popping off, Lei Ming can heal herself. So, using the grubby theme, the easier to execute draft is probably on the side of Fat Shove. However, Bloodlust is available on 31 APM. And you've got Lunara, and you've got an ETC, and you've got a Dahaka, and Jaina's just all around powerful anyway. So as long as they don't fall victim to the incredible dive and stuns of Anubarak and Blaze, then I suppose they have a chance, 31 APM. But what do you, the viewer at home, think? Remember to drop your bet in the chat now so we know which way you're going with this, so that I can read out the statistics shortly as we go into game number 3. Welcome along, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Halloween. This is Division 4 here in Heroes Lounge. It says on screen that Tetcher's here. Tetcher's not here right now, but he will be here potentially tomorrow. He's booked in for tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, on the right, in red, it's 31 APM. Give it up for Phoenix playing Lunara, Justior on Rhaegar. We've got ETC ETE giving us Welcome to the metal on ETE. We've got Skunkit playing Dahaka. We've got Gurkle this time doing damage on Yena. And their challengers, looking strong from the last game there, it is Fat Shove. We've got Calzador playing Blaze. We've got Chaos Kaiser playing Anubarak, the beatly boy that he is. We've got Gary skating his way around, vandalising the neighbourhood as Lucio. Panda Eyes, this time off support and on dips, derms and damage, playing Lei Ming. Who'da thunk it? Riz playing Rainer, and that's their team. Nobody else. Let's get a look at the level 1 talents and see what's going on. Now, we've seen Ming here before, and we're seeing Force Armor getting picked up at 1 there, rather than the Power Hungry, which is very common to see. Big power slides there. We're seeing Prog Rock. He's going to try and heal his team up, Harumph, because he needs to counter some of the awesome healing capabilities of that left-hand side. Left-hand team looking good for that. Rhaegar picking up a Wolf talent. He don't need no Colossal Totem. That's a big dive. The power slide coming in, but now you can't get out, and they've got double stuns. That's you witnessing the power of that now, remember, so you got to be careful. Now, it's all about bottom lane. It's all about bottom lane, so both teams get ripping off to get their sapper camp, because we'll see how that goes, you know. Kit and the Necromancer saying, I'm thinking there's so much strong AoE on the side of Fat Shove, and Lucio does pretty well versus Lunara, I think, so Team A probably has this. Riggin Mosh could change that for sure, though. Yeah, let's see what happens. Look at that double dive. Riz falling pretty low. I don't know if they're going to be able to finish him. They're going to take the camp though, so that's a saving grace. Justior, you're going down. Lucio gets the kill, and he can keep the chase up for days. So you got to be careful there. Oh, Phoenix, which way are you going? They get the kill on Anubarak. They could also get it on Riz. If Phoenix was up there, he's not there though. He knows better than to overstep, but that wasn't bad at all. That wasn't bad at all. Well done to 31 APM. I would say they won that fight. I would say they won that indeed. They got some damage on the structures there as well. It's not often that you see the camp go straight off and round to take the fort without the wall going down. So yeah, level 4 to level 4. It's 1 takedown to 1. It's all to play for. And the competition is just about to finish. There's 15 seconds left. So it looks like 25% of the votes went down in favour of Shove winning this. With 75% of the votes going for 31 APM taking the series. So that's the way the cookie crumbles in terms of predictions. Let's see if that's the reality. 3 altars about to come up here. So the way it normally works is you want to have the 4-man in bottom and then 1 person up at the top right. But neither person in position to take the top right or top left. So this is going to be a long objective, I'll tell you that right now. Advantage on Dahaka though, because he can burrow straight down. He's burrowing. Okay, I thought he was going to walk over to try and interrupt. He's not doing that. In comes the tongue. It's effective. They get the blizzard right on top of his head, followed by a face melt. They get a lot of damage on Chaos Kaiser. 150, 19 health. 19 health is how low he went. And he falls nonetheless because nature's toxin is a horrible bad boy. And in comes more damage on Calzador. They get a second kill, and with that 31 APM absolutely free to take the objective. Well done. Not bad, not bad. And let's get a look at that experience. 2.7 versus 2.9. So yeah, I mean, their solo laner has always been good on the side of Fat Shove. He's been running a good game for sure. But unfortunately, the team fight when they were all grouped up just lost the edge there. So let's see how this unfolds. Sapper's camp on the left is going to be available. They're going to be tempted to do another invade. They're wasting no time at all as Harumph gets into position. They used the Wisp to scout it out. They've seen that there's a few folk there. It's made them pause for concern. They've decided they're going to perhaps back off. Harumph's back in. He's holding that power slide because he's got to wait till they step up. He needs to get the Ming. That's what he's looking for. He's saying, I don't care how many Beatly boys come about here. I've got to wait for the Ming and then I'm going. Whereas now he's realised the objective's there. He can go for that. He's got power slides in. He's waiting for the face melt. He gets it. It's not enough, but the blizzard's pretty good. They get the Chaos Kaiser. They're looking at Gary. Gerkel's looking at doing things, but she's holding the Frost Lance for Gary. Gary makes it out. Not bad, not bad. That's another swing and a miss from the blue team. They're trying their best to defend this, but 31 APM doing very well here. 36 to 32 in terms of core points. We'll see how this unfolds. We will see how this unfolds. Random 18 giving us a good clap there. Hi there, Random. Nice to see you in the channel. Don't think I've seen you before, but it's always good to see new faces here. Consider clicking follow, liking or subscribing. Subscribing's always good. That's massive, actually, because I don't get a lot of them at all, and the people that put a lot into the community make the most out of that. That's the best way to help us. Anyway, that objective phase just getting absolutely swarmed. It's starting to look like Fat Shove are feeling the fear of their opposition and are positioning accordingly to that. Once level 10s come in, though, it could all change. If I had Tetcher here with me, I would be asking him, what do you think we're going to see from an Uberak? Because they're so divey, could he go against the Cocoon? You go, oh, absolutely, he'll go for the Cocoon, because you need that to disengage from ETC's Mosh, and as an additional form of disengage. And Wave of Force for Ming as an additional form of disengage from the Mosh. It'll still be Hyperion for Raynor. You're going to get the shield from Lucio, but it could go either way for Blaze. But they did get great value from the Bunker, so it's going to be the Bunker. And there you go. On the opposing side, we've got Mosh, Ancestral Heal. Who needs Bloodlust? We've got the Leaping Strike, and we've got Adaption for Dahaka. No isolation here. Alright, we've got a counter invade. Chaos Kaiser diving in this time. Out comes the Mosh. The Mosh is very effective. They've used the Cocoon on the wrong person, but it didn't matter because they got the camp. Leaping Strike being used by Phoenix to get out of dodge, putting quite a bit of damage there on Panda Eyes. Panda Eyes decided to bail. Justior dodging an orb there is okay. So that was actually pretty good. Pretty good on the side of Fat Shove. Well done to them. Tetcher's too busy hitting on gnomes and D&E with Baha and the gang. Yeah, he does that. He does that. He's really committed to his D&D. Cool guy. I'm just jealous, to be honest. I wish I had a cool group of guys to get that. Panda Eyes taking the slide. Face melt, super effective. In comes Wave of Force to protect. And it's good, but not enough to protect against the objective being stolen. Chaos Kaiser taking a lot of damage, and they get the kill. The Ancestral was deployed, but a fraction of a second too late from saving Rhaegar. He's going to be very upset about that. But you shouldn't be too upset, because, I mean, for years, that ability wasn't even available. You couldn't use Ancestral Healing, self-heal on Rhaegar. That's a relatively new thing. But speaking of relatively old things, the wall, because it's no longer present. It's fallen completely, and the team are now pushing in to take that bottom fort. Software saying, yeah, I peeked in on their stream earlier. Seems like a fun gaming group. Yeah, it's really cool. It is really cool. Phoenix looking to get a flank here, but he knows not to overstep. He's got good instincts there. I mean, that was a blind orb coming at him, and he knew to try and stutter it. So well done. Actually, 31 APM now starting to, get into the swing of things. They've clearly had their 2 warm-up games and are looking pretty good here. Looking pretty good here. Yeah, my ex-co-caster that I did a lot of work with, Jabroni, he got in on a Roll20 D&D group, and they have a lot of fun with that as well. So it's definitely something to look at. Rhaegar could originally use it on himself, right? Then they changed it, then they eventually changed it back. That is factually correct, Random 18. Yeah. After the game came out of beta, and the game was released, main release, up until HOTS 2.0, you could use it, and then when HOTS 2.0 came out, they got rid of it, and then for the longest time from HOTS 2.0 to where we are now, it was gone. You couldn't do it. And then, as you say, they brought it back.
The time is
Alright,
now.
Riz and Panda Eye's taking that up. Gary's got his boop so that he can stutter them and slow them down for a second. Chaos Kaiser getting into position in case they need a bit of barbs as well, but he's alright.
Like all the others.
It's level 13 to 13, it's 32 to 20, so they can't keep this Mexican standoff for long, so they're going for an engage. But remember, you're in a very small space with an ETC with a mosh pit up, but nobody told them that. They've gone straight for Justior. He's used the Ancestral way too early, I think. But Riz, you are dead. You are DED dead. Panda is trying to get protection from our team. Phoenix is out. Phoenix is out way too far. I think Panda Eyes is dead. She's a from a Mecha Rhaegar. And they're now free to invade, take the camp. Gary's scouting out, says, guys, we don't want to get involved in any of that stuff. That's nonsense. They take it. This is starting to push them into a consistent lead here. For sure. Yeah, they're in real danger now. They're in real danger now. I mean, hey, listen, that bottom fort almost fell. So, Fat Shove doing really well as well. If there was ever a map that could swing round, it's this. So let's see. Let's just wait and see, shall we? Wait and see. You've just got to clear the sappers first, though, Fat Shove. So let's see how you get on with that.
The altars rise again.
Leaping Strike and Adaptation still available, so Dahaka could come in if he wanted to really commit into this fight. But both altars are about to spawn in top lane. Ancestral's only too early if you die, otherwise it's calculated. Good shout there, Softbert. Good shout. Oh, we've got a bit of lag. All right, it's sorted. It's sorted. So bottom altar now available. Chaos Kaiser considering doing the burrow. He's gonna have to burrow quick. Gerkel's moved off. Justior falling very low. He doesn't have the Ancestral for another 0.1. He's managing to get out of dodge. The shield is huge. The shield is indeed massive. Big root there on Riz, but he's alive. He's okay. Alright, here's Calzador. He's managed to make it down in time for his team. Justior looking to try and pick up the objective. They're not worried about anything else. The rest of the team trying to get the kills. They managed to pick off Dahaka. They're looking for Phoenix. Phoenix does a dive. Riz gets the kill. He does get the kill. They do have still a burrow. Do they want Gerkel or do they want ETC? I feel like they picked the wrong target. They've went for ETC. They should have went for Gerkel. They could have got a burrow and a barb. So well done though. Well done. Not bad, not bad. They're forcing the boss, and I think that's the right thing to do. Strong moves, big plays here from Fat Shove. The free agent team that were recently strangers and are now best friends. I love it. It's level 16 to 16. Let's see those talents. We've got an orb coming in from Ming. And they've removed that threat. Arcane Orbit, 25% farther with even more damage bonus. Yeah, so they've removed that threat from the map, and that's what you're wanting to do, because you were getting dangerously or trepidatiously close towards losing the game, so you have to do that. And the other thing you really need to do is control bottom lane, and that's what Chaos Kaiser and Riz are looking to do now, diving in hard, and they take it. And that's big news bears. So big that they're delivering giant newspapers to their opponents by killing the solo laner in top lane. Now he's not back up for 36 seconds. The objective is up in 25, and I suppose you could jump through what Jabroni like to call the Gravekeeper's butthole here, and you could appear there and then run down to bottom. So maybe Blaze will make it in time, maybe he won't, but they're certainly going to start with a numbers disadvantage and a camp pressing up against them. Okay, at least the talents are the same. At least the talents are the same. Okay, let's see how this goes. It's going to be dramatic. Dahaka's in top lane, so they didn't use their numbers advantage. They didn't use it. I thought 31 RPM, APM, rotations per minute, actions per minute, 31 seconds to go before the team fight starts per minute. Alright, there we go, he's dived. In comes the barbs. In comes the Hyperion. In comes a preemptive Lucio shield. The mosh is still up. Panda Eyes looking for her team to give her cover. Adaptation, or at least the essence, has been deployed. He didn't use adaptation. He should have popped it way earlier. I think he could have. I think he could have got work done with that. So, Fat Shove, who were wildly behind in this game just mere moments ago, that were looking at 12-24, that were looking down the barrel of a gun, are now in the lead. The game has spun on a dime. Division 4. It's drama. It's drama. I mean, when you guys joined us at the end of Game 1, it was, I'm going to say, sheer chaos on the Sky Temple objective. And here we go, we got more drama. Leotan, they're throwing your objective with your 60 points, man. Oh gosh. And remember, you know, I put 2,000 points in that fund there for one of the people that voted on the other team, whichever way you voted, to take that points off me. And remember, you get your way up to 10,000 points, and you can claim a free Steam key for a random premium game off of my Stream Element store on the panel below. So that's the joy of being a trickster here on Halloween Heroes. Gary managing to get out of dodge there. They counter it with a big boop. In comes the Ring of Frost. It's hyper effective. In comes the shield, protecting Riz from certain death. They managed to counter a lot of damage back on Harumph, but he's okay because he's a cheeky chappy. And going over that threshold, trying to bait them over so they can take some cannon shots. But they've seen this trick before. They know not to step up. They're just going to poke away at the minions because the objective is going to be down to them. So they're going to have to come in against him. Now, the thing that works in their favour is that they're going to hit level 20 first. And that Storm Talents is going to give them the edge. And there is 5 shots available here, which is going to leave them with 6. If Fat Shove take it. 31 APM is looking down the barrel of 6 health points if they lose this objective. Are they going to give it, or are they going to take it? Let's see what happens.
Do not let the
They've decided to go in. Gerkel looking for an opening. She drops the lance on Chaos Kaiser. In comes the Hyperion. The Mosh is still available. Harumph, you've got to look for something here. He's going to deliver it. No, he gets the Ancestral just in time, but it's not enough. He does fall down. Skunkit taking a lot of damage as well, but this time he is a healthy boy. He's got a lot of health there. Gerkel's looking to try and get a kill. They get one. Gerkel's going to fall here. Drops the ring. She gets the damage out. That's all she needed to do. The team can clean up. They need to do the rest of their work. 31 APM. What have you got for us? Can you pull a cat out of that bag? But remember, you are against the Storm talent advantage. That's possibly why this is going so dire. Can Justior make it out? He uses a cleanse to keep Phoenix alive. Skunkit, bizarrely, looks like he's going back in. And they lose the first altar. Wow, that was a good fight. Cow got melted. Damn, says Softbart. Kitten goes, yay! Cow goes moo. And that is it. Alright, so they really need to clear. If 31 APM are looking for something to do here to help themselves out, they probably just want to get rid of this fort first. And that's what Phoenix is trying to do there. But looks like the rest of the team have spined that they need to escort these sappers over the threshold, because that's 3 extra shots. And if 2 of them make it over, it looks like they're not going to, but if 2 of them made it over, that would have meant that the boss can end the game. So that's the threat we're looking at here. That is the 2 trailer park girls that can go round the outside and end the game. Chaos Kaiser burrowing to get out. Phoenix accidentally taking tower shots. My points, I just see them walking away from me, he says. Oh boy. Alright, at least they're on equal talent tiers here. And we've got Turbo. No, Death Metal. Sorry, Death Metal for ETC there. So he can risk his life. He can throw himself in, do a mosh, and then throw himself in and do another. Oh, and he tried it, but he's going to die. There goes the Death Mosh. He gets the value he was looking for. He does get the value. Dahaka has done things in top lane. He's still 2,000 experience points behind. Poor guy. Poor guy. Skunkit has tried his best to get this soak up, but it's not going to be enough. Burrow bottom right now, and you might save the game for your team. No, I guess you could just get this one. Get this one, yeah. Oh wow. You look away for 2 seconds, and then suddenly, oh wow, that tongue is huge. It's not enough. It's not enough to get the kill, but they are still in the game. The boss can end the game now. The boss can end the game, but they are still in this game. They get this, then run straight for boss. Alright, now head up right now. Chaos Kaiser knows, it's a trap. Admiral Akbar is in position, it's a trap. This game literally comes down to this. It comes down, what is that, Dahaka? What is that? You're not supposed to reveal yourself until your team are available. You're throwing out preemptive tongues. What you talk about, Willis? Alright, you see them all there. She's already using her abilities. Oh god, he's saving it. He's going to save it. Li Ming took the worst 20, she's saying. Yeah, Archon, pure power. Okay. It's 9 takedowns to 10. It's 21 to 21. It is coming down to this boss. It's as simple as that. Whoever wins this team fight wins the game. The ring's out. Rhaegar's looking for a target for his Ancestral. It's going to be up in 6 seconds. Out comes the Hyperion. Out comes the shield. Out comes the entire team running for their lives. The Mosh is available, but nobody committed. Nobody died. Oh my ham. Oh my ham. Oh my gosh, they've got to get both. Right, if 31 APM get both, they haven't won. If 31 APM lose one, they've lost the game and the series. And there's a pause. Okay, that's enough time for me to get a breather. I don't even have a drink here. I need to get some juice or something. Oh boy. Sure, he says. Mouse of Blaze died. Yeah, okay. Everybody needs a moment. That's what this is. Everybody needs a moment. What? Whoa. Everybody needs a moment to breathe. That's what's going on here. Rip. Oh my. So yes, we have got Altar coming up here. We have got Altar coming up here as well. Lunara is too far away. They've got Burrow. Do they have Burrow? If Skunkit's got Burrow, he could go there and tongue somebody here, but he'd probably be focused pretty hard and die. I'm just trying to think here. That's what I'm saying. This objective wins. Whoever wins this wins. And to win, Fat Shove only need to get one. So they could all turtle over here on the left. They could turtle for it, and they could take that one and win. But it would be a 5v4 because 31 APM need to take this one. They need to take this one. I would say on paper, Fat Shove have won this because they can go 5 into this corner. They don't need to send anyone over here to delay. But yet, if 4 members of 31 APM go over here and 1 stays over here at camp, then they need to win the team fight. I think they need to go all 5 on 5 right now, win the team fight to stay in this game. Otherwise, the blue team have got it. Let's see how it goes. Welcome along. My name's Halloween. This is game number 3. It's the decider here in Division 4. This is Fat Shove versus 31 APM. This is the final team fight of the game. This is the decider. You're tuning in. There's 2.7 thousand points on the line for this.
Take the altars and put an
Let's see what happens. Gary started the cap. Harumph. He tried to get in to use his face melt and he was too slow. He got delayed and they got it. Well done to Fat Shove. They body blocked to perfection, and within 5 to 10 seconds they took the series. Huge plays there. I'm on the wrong screen. Why does that say main screen? It's that one that I wanted. There we go. Alright, well that was massive. It was 9 takedowns to 10, 19 in total. Gary never died. He's like that James Bond film. That's the talent choices there for you to revel in their bizarre diversity in here in Division 4. So I get to put the points down. I mean, that's I get to put the points down to Shove for winning that there. Let me just go over here. I was away to put them on the wrong team. That's why I took a second here. Let me do this first as well. So winner being Fat Shove for taking that there, and you, the viewers at home, only 25% of you bet on that. I'm worried that I put all my points there as well. Did I actually bet on them? because I was putting 2,000 points in there deliberately to allow viewers to take them off me. And I am terrified that I bet on that team. I did. I bet 2,000 points, so I've stolen all of your points. Whoever put them in. No! That's not what the economy is about. I'm not supposed to. I feel like the government. I've taken all the money off you. I'm trying my best to pay the funds out so that you guys can have them. And yet, that's not what's happened. I've accidentally taken them all. So, well then, ladies and gentlemen, that is another fantastic series that I've thoroughly enjoyed there. So well done, one and all. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm back with Tetcher. It's Tetcherween for you tricksters there to come back and join us. I think I'm back with him tomorrow. Consider following me, consider subscribing, it helps a lot. You can use your Twitch Prime. I'm not a sucker for any sort of donations at all. I just need to keep the channel ticking over so that I can keep this quality content coming at you, Cleopatra. Right, so I'm going to read you over to somebody. I think I'll put you over to... who should I put you over to? I'll put you over to X-Ray, or... I'll put you over to Hazu, right? I'll put you over to Hazu, because Hazu's a top guy, right? And I like Hazu a lot, right? Tell him I said hi, yeah, and that you came from me. How the hell do you spell his name? Liquid Hazu Ops. Tell him I said hi and that you came from here, right? And I'll catch you guys in the Nexus. Thank you once and all, everyone. I love you all deeply.